While you slept soundly, something extraordinary happened in the heavens. One of the bravest heavenly warriors, a powerful presence, descended to earth carrying a message that could not wait another day. This time, Archangel Michael, the one who wields the sword of divine justice, did not come to battle the darkness. Rather, he came to bring a revelation that will completely change your perspective on everything you have experienced. Have you felt that inexplicable restlessness for weeks? That feeling that something is about to happen but you can't quite pinpoint it? This inner mechanism is not personalized. Your spirit is picking up on movements in the invisible world changes that have already begun to manifest in your life, though you may not have fully realized it yet. This is not a chance encounter with this message. Every word you're reading was prepared especially for you, shaped according to your unique journey, silent struggles, and deepest questions. The universe conspired to bring you here at this exact moment because something needs to be revealed, something you suspected, but your protective heart didn't want to admit. In recent months, you have encountered situations with no logical explanation. Projects that were going well suddenly encountered inexplicable obstacles. Relationships that seemed solid have shown cracks for no apparent reason. Your energy has been fluctuating strangely, especially around certain people. You have begun to question your sanity, wondering if you are imagining things or being paranoid. The truth is that your instincts never lie to you. That inner voice that told you something wasn't right, that intuition that made you feel uneasy in certain situations, and that feeling that someone close to you wasn't being completely honest, all of that was real. Your intuition was trying to warn you about a situation developing in the shadows, far from your view but close to your life. There is someone in your social circle who plays a different role than they appear to. They have gained your trust so subtly and gradually that you didn't notice when you started depending on them emotionally. They position themselves as someone who would always be on your side, understand your difficulties, and offer support in your most vulnerable moments. But behind this mask of solidarity was a completely different agenda. This person did not come into your life by chance. They were drawn to the light you carry, your potential, and the butterflies destined for you. Instead of being inspired by you and growing alongside you, however, they chose a much darker path. They decided that if they couldn't have what you have, then neither would you. The process was so gradual that you didn't notice when it started. There were small, seemingly innocent comments that planted seeds of doubt in your mind. Suggestions disguised as advice made you question your decisions. They told you stories about other people who had gone through situations similar to yours, but the endings were always discouraging. Their intention was to diminish your hope and motivation. She learned about your dreams, your fears, and your deepest insecurities. With this privileged information, she began silently sabotaging every area of your life. When you shared good news, she always found a negative aspect to highlight. When you were excited about an opportunity, she brought up all the possible problems. When you showed confidence, she found subtle ways to make you feel small. But worst of all, her toxic influence wasn't limited to the moments you spent together. She managed to infiltrate your thoughts, dreams, and vital energy. You started hearing her voice in your head, doubting yourself and questioning your abilities while internalizing her expectations. You began to accept a standard of living far below what you deserve as normal. Before I reveal who this person is and how they have been operating in your life, I need you to do something essential for your spiritual protection. Write in the comments, "I now activate my spiritual protection shield." This simple act will strengthen your aura and prevent any energetic imbalance from affecting you while you receive these revelations. Now let's continue, because what Archangel Michael is about to reveal could change everything. He has shown me exactly how this person has been operating in your life, and I need to tell you because you deserve to know the truth. This person has developed such a refined strategy that neither you nor the people around you have been able to identify what was really going on. They have become an expert at disguising emotional manipulation as genuine care. Think about the last few times you felt truly excited about a possibility in your life. Remember how you felt before talking to this person about it and afterward. Didn't you notice a subtle but significant change in your enthusiasm? This person has an almost supernatural ability to suck the life energy out of you and replace it with anxiety, doubt, and discouragement. This person has studied you deeply. They know your emotional triggers, which buttons to push to make you feel insecure, and what tone of voice to use to plant a seed of doubt in your mind. They know your weaknesses better than you do because you revealed them in moments of vulnerability when you trusted that they really cared about your well-being. But what saddens me most about this revelation from Archangel Michael is discovering how she talks about you when you're not present. At social gatherings, in conversation groups, and on social media, she has built a narrative about you that is completely different from who you really are. She has questioned your integrity, competence, and emotional stability in subtle ways, always under the guise of being concerned about you. The most disturbing thing is that she has done this using intimate information you shared with her in confidence. Those moments of vulnerability in which you confided in her, hoping for understanding and support, have been turned into ammunition to be used against you. She has taken your deepest insecurities and turned them into evidence that you are untrustworthy, unstable, and incapable of making good decisions. Now write in the comments, "My energy is sacred, and no evil has power over me." This shows the universe that you recognize your worth and will no longer accept being affected by toxic energies. As I continue to reveal how this situation is coming to an end, I need you to feel this truth in every cell of your body. Archangel Michael also showed me that this person is not acting alone spiritually. They have become a channel for forces actively working against your progress and happiness. Each time she plants a seed of negativity in your mind, lowers your self-esteem, or questions your dreams, she opens portals for destructive energies to enter your life. That is why you have been feeling that strange sensation when you are around her. Your spirit recognizes the presence of these dark forces and tries to warn you, but your rational mind finds logical explanations that diminish the importance of these signs. You thought you were being unfair to her and judging her too much. You thought you should be more understanding and patient. However, being patient with toxic people is cruel to yourself. Being loyal to those who don't deserve it is a betrayal of your own interests. Misguided compassion becomes self-sabotage. Now it's time for you to recognize that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's a sacred responsibility to yourself. If this message has touched your heart in any way, or if it resonates with how you're feeling right now, I ask you to show a gesture of kindness by clicking "Thank you" to support this message. That's how we can continue to bring words of healing, revelation, and hope to those who need them most. This person has infiltrated your life so deeply that you now see the world through their eyes. Their fears have become your fears. Their limitations have become your limitations. Their pessimistic view of life has become your own. You have ceased to be yourself and have become a distorted, diminished, and limited version of who you really are. But what they didn't know is that Archangel Michael has been watching everything. He saw every lie told, every manipulation executed, and every moment they pretended to care while planting poison in your mind. It has all been recorded in the heavenly archives, and the time for complete exposure has come. In the coming days, you will see clear signs of this person's true nature. Situations will align to reveal aspects of their character that they have always hidden from you. Others will share similar experiences they've had with this person. You will discover that you are not the only person they have manipulated and sabotaged. You already know the name of this person. As you read these words, a specific face will pop into your mind and a particular voice will resonate in your memory. Do not ignore this intuition. Don't try to rationalize or make excuses for what your intuition already knows. Archangel Michael is removing the veils that have prevented you from seeing the situation clearly. This person may be a family member, a close friend, or even someone you're in a romantic relationship with. It is precisely your emotional closeness that has allowed them to cause so much damage. Distant people do not have enough access to sabotage your life so efficiently. Only those who are close to you know your vulnerabilities well enough to use them against you. Remember that recent conversation you had that left you feeling strange for days? You couldn't quite pinpoint what was wrong, but you walked away feeling smaller, more confused, and less confident. Now you understand what happened. That wasn't a casual conversation. It was a carefully planned session of psychological manipulation. She used techniques she may not fully understand, but has learned through constant practice of manipulating people. She knows how to make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. She knows how to make you question your perceptions of reality. She makes you feel like you need her approval to validate your decisions. Archangel Michael also showed me that this person is jealous of something in your life. It could be your natural talent, your ability to attract genuine people, your spiritual connection, your inner strength, or even your physical appearance. She sees everything she wishes she had in you, but instead of developing those qualities in herself, she tries to destroy them in you. Before continuing, write in the comments, "Where light dwells, no shadow remains." This will serve as your invisible shield against everything that has tried to stop you until now. Take a deep breath, because the next revelation will affect you in an unexpected way. This envy has manifested itself in subtle ways over time. Did you notice how she always found a way to diminish the importance of a compliment you received in her presence? Did you notice how, when you shared an achievement, she always redirected the conversation to talk about herself or the problems you still needed to face? She developed a specific pattern of behavior. Whenever you showed joy, confidence, or enthusiasm, she felt compelled to bring you back to reality. She convinced herself that she was doing you a favor by protecting you from possible disappointment. But in reality, she was projecting her own limitations and fears onto your life. She even went so far as to interfere with your opportunities. She spread negative information about you to people who could have helped you professionally. She questioned your reliability to people who were considering including you in important projects. She planted seeds of doubt about your character in social circles important to your personal growth. What strikes me most about Archangel Michael's revelation, though, is that this person has also been trying to interfere with your romantic relationships. She can't stand the idea of seeing you happy in a healthy relationship because it would highlight her toxicity. She always finds ways to create conflict and plant seeds of distrust, making you question the intentions of people who love you. How many times have you ignored your intuition about a relationship because she planted doubts in your mind? How many romantic opportunities have you missed because she convinced you that you weren't ready or that someone wasn't right for you? How many times has she made you wait for something better? How many promising relationships have been sabotaged by her subtle yet constant interference? Archangel Michael wants you to know that this interference was not accidental. She realized that healthy relationships would provide the emotional stability and outside perspective necessary to recognize her toxic behavior. Someone who truly loves you would have questioned her negative influence on you. Someone genuinely interested in your well-being would have warned you about the destructive patterns she was creating in your life. That's why she worked systematically to keep you emotionally isolated and dependent on her approval and validation. She wanted to be the most influential voice in your life, the person you consulted before making any important decisions. She wanted you to believe that no one understood or cared about you as much as she did. But the time has come for this toxic influence to end. Archangel Michael will no longer tolerate this person sabotaging your destiny. The heavens have mobilized to expose this situation completely and restore everything lost or damaged because of this malicious interference. I will now tell you how Archangel Michael will expose this person completely and how your life will transform once this toxic influence is gone. Prepare yourself, because the revelations to come will be so obvious that you will be surprised by their clarity. This person recently made a crucial mistake. They were so confident in their ability to manipulate situations that they exposed themselves in a way that can no longer be denied or rationalized. This could have been a message sent to the wrong person, a comment made in front of someone who was listening, or an obvious contradiction between words and actions. The universe has a particular way of revealing the truth at the right time. Those who were used as instruments of manipulation will realize they were deceived. Information that was fragmented will begin to connect like pieces of a puzzle. Seemingly random coincidences will reveal deliberate patterns of sabotage. You will also receive confirmation from other sources. People you never imagined knew about the situation will seek you out to share their experiences with this person. You will discover that behaviors you thought were specific to you are actually part of a pattern she repeats with many people. Write in the comments, "I am guided, protected, and empowered by the angels of light." Receive this strength in your life as all of this truth is revealed. From this point forward, nothing will be the same, because you will finally have the clarity you have sought for so long. Archangel Michael also wants you to know that this person is afraid of your potential. She realizes that you have a natural light and the ability to positively influence people. She will never have your spiritual connection. Instead of being inspired by you to develop these qualities, she has chosen to try to dim your light so that her mediocrity is not so obvious. However, the time has come for you to stop diminishing yourself to make others feel comfortable. It's time to stop hiding your talents for fear of arousing the envy of others. The time has come for you to fully embrace who you are without apologizing or justifying yourself to people who will never accept you completely. In the coming days, you will feel a significant change in your energy. It will be as if a thick fog covering your vision is finally lifted. You will begin to see past situations with a clarity you didn't have before. Conversations that seemed normal at the time will reveal layers of manipulation you hadn't noticed before. If this message touches your heart, consider supporting this channel by clicking thank you. Your support helps keep this mission alive, delivering words that heal and awaken people to truths that need to be revealed. This revelation is not a punishment. It is a liberation. For a long time, you carried guilt for situations that weren't your responsibility. You questioned, criticized, and belittled yourself, thinking there was something wrong with you. But the truth is that you were the victim of sophisticated manipulation carried out by someone you trusted completely. Archangel Michael wants you to know that your intuition has never failed you. All those times you felt something was wrong, had negative feelings about certain situations, or felt tension in your body in that person's presence, all of this was your spirit trying to warn you. You are now being called to a whole new level of spiritual discernment. You will never again allow toxic people to have privileged access to your life. You will develop the ability to identify manipulative energies from the first signs. You will learn to trust your intuition more than ever before. Although this experience was painful, it was necessary for your spiritual growth. You needed to learn the difference between people who genuinely care about you and those who pretend to care only to gain access to your energy and opportunities. You needed to develop healthy boundaries and the courage to maintain them, even when it means disappointing people you care about. What you are about to discover about this person will shock you at first, but ultimately bring you relief. You will finally have the answers you've been looking for. You will understand why certain things in your life did not go as they should have. You will be able to forgive yourself for blaming yourself for situations that were beyond your control. Most importantly, you will be free to become your most authentic and powerful self without interference, sabotage, or subtle manipulations that kept you small. The moment of complete revelation has arrived, and I need to prepare you for what is about to be revealed. The person sabotaging your life is not just someone with emotional problems or normal insecurities. They have developed an unhealthy obsession with controlling you and have gone so far as to consider you their personal property, not a human being with the right to autonomy and happiness. Archangel Michael showed me that they have a detailed mental file on your life. They know your schedule, habits, preferences, fears, and most intimate dreams. They use all this information as tools of manipulation. When they want to make you feel insecure, they bring up the exact subject they know will upset you. When they want to control you, they use the words they know will have the greatest emotional impact. This person obsessively monitors your social media, not because they care about you, but because they need constant updates on your life to interfere at the right moment. They know who you talk to, what posts you like, and what places you frequent. They use this information to insert themselves into your life in ways that seem casual, but are completely calculated. Remember how often she showed up by chance in places where you were, or how she always had specific comments about your social media posts. Remember how she always knew details about your life that you were sure you hadn't shared with her. That wasn't female intuition or emotional closeness. It was emotional stalking disguised as caring. Now write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement seals your courage, faith, and spiritual rebirth as we reveal the deepest layers of this manipulation. This person has also distorted real events to justify their controlling behavior. They took your legitimate moments of weakness and turned them into evidence that you can't make decisions on your own and that you need their constant guidance. They used your temporary vulnerabilities as justification to take permanent control of your life. What saddens me most about this revelation is that she deliberately sabotaged moments of genuine joy in your life. Whenever you were happy about an achievement, excited about a new possibility, or feeling confident and optimistic, she found a way to inject negativity, doubt, or fear into the situation. She couldn't stand to see you truly happy because your happiness made it clear that you didn't need her as much as she wanted. Your emotional independence threatened the control she exercised over you. Your ability to find joy in other people and situations diminished her importance in your life. That's why she worked systematically to make herself indispensable to you. She positioned herself as the only person who truly understood you, the only one who genuinely cared about your well-being, and the only one you could trust completely. At the same time, she planted seeds of distrust about all the other significant people in your life. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that this situation cannot be resolved through conversation, confrontation, or attempts to fix the relationship. This person is not acting out of ignorance or lack of awareness. She knows exactly what she's doing and has chosen this manipulative and controlling path deliberately. Any attempt to address this behavior directly with her will result in more manipulation. She will use gaslighting techniques to make you question your perceptions. She will play the victim to arouse your compassion. She will promise changes that will never be genuine. She will turn any confrontation into an opportunity to learn more about how you think and how she can manipulate you more efficiently. The only real solution is complete and permanent removal. I know this may seem extreme, especially if this person is a family member or has been in your life for a long time. However, you need to understand that truly toxic people do not change through love, patience, or understanding. They only change when the consequences of their behavior become unbearable. Archangel Michael is orchestrating such complete and obvious exposure right now that you will no longer have any doubts about this person's true nature. You will see aspects of their character that they have always hidden from you. You will discover the lies they've told, the manipulations they've carried out, and the sabotage they've planned. When this revelation happens, you will feel a mixture of shock, sadness, and paradoxically deep relief. Finally, you will have external confirmation of what your intuition already knew. You will finally be able to stop questioning your sanity and start trusting your intuition again. The transformation about to take place in your life will be so profound that you'll be amazed at the person you become once free of this toxic influence. Archangel Michael wants you to know that not only will everything stolen from you, your confidence, joy, inner peace, and opportunities be restored, it will also be multiplied in ways you never imagined possible. In the coming days, you will experience mental clarity like never before. It will be as if a thick fog clouding your thoughts is finally lifted, allowing you to see your life from a completely new perspective. Decisions that seemed impossible to make will become obvious. Paths that seemed blocked will open up naturally. Your intuition, constantly questioned and undermined by this person, will become sharper and more reliable than ever. You will develop an almost supernatural ability to distinguish genuine people from those with hidden agendas. You will never again allow anyone privileged access to your energy without first proving that they deserve your trust through consistent actions over time. Write in the comments, "I am protected by invisible forces working on my behalf." This opens the way for angels to work more powerfully in your life and prepare the ground for the blessings that are coming. What excites me most about this revelation is that many opportunities you thought you had lost forever have actually just been postponed until now, when you're free from negative interference. People who distance themselves from you because of lies spread about you will question this information and seek the truth from you directly. Professional projects that seem to stall for no apparent reason will start flowing naturally again. Relationships that were sabotaged will find ways to reconnect if they are meant to stay in your life. Financial opportunities blocked by external interference will manifest in unexpected ways. If this message touches your heart, please click thank you. This small gesture supports our mission to bring messages of light to those who need to awaken to these invisible realities. The vital energy that was constantly being drained by this toxic connection will begin to restore itself at an accelerated rate. You will have more energy for activities that bring you joy. Your sleep will become more restful. Your physical appearance will reflect your restored inner peace. People around you will comment on the positive changes they see in you. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this painful experience was not in vain. It was necessary for you to develop emotional and spiritual wisdom, which will be essential for the next stages of your life. You have learned lessons about setting healthy boundaries, trusting your intuition, and recognizing the difference between genuine love and manipulation disguised as care. This wisdom will enable you to help others going through similar situations. You will become a source of guidance and encouragement for those in toxic relationships. Your story of liberation and restoration will inspire others to find the courage to walk away from destructive influences in their lives. For now, though, focus on your own healing and growth. Allow yourself to feel all the emotions that arise during this process of revelation and liberation. It's natural to feel anger, sadness, confusion, and a certain amount of grief for the person you thought they were. All of these feelings are valid and part of the healing process. Don't rush to forgive or get over the situation quickly. Genuine forgiveness will come naturally when you are ready. It should not be forced to avoid processing your real emotions. For now, focus on protecting your energy and rebuilding your self-esteem. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your successes, respect your boundaries, and support you without trying to control you. Invest time in activities that nourish your soul and strengthen your connection to your true self. Practice gratitude for the lessons you have learned, while also acknowledging that the way you learned them was painful. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are not alone on your journey of rebuilding. You have heavenly protection, spiritual guidance, and invisible forces constantly working on your behalf. Every step you take toward authenticity will be supported by the universe in miraculous ways. Prepare for a new phase of your life where you will be free to be who you were meant to be without interference, sabotage, or having to diminish yourself to accommodate people's wounded egos who were never on your side. The final moment of this transformative revelation has arrived, and I must equip you with the spiritual and emotional tools necessary to navigate this new phase of your life. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that this is not just a situation being resolved. It is a complete rebirth of who you are and what is possible in your life. From now on, you will operate with a much higher level of spiritual awareness. You will perceive people's intentions beyond their words. You will identify manipulative energies before they have a chance to affect your life. You will become a guardian of your own peace like never before. This experience has taught you that you are not responsible for saving, healing, or transforming people who have chosen destructive paths. You are not obligated to tolerate toxic behavior in the name of love, loyalty, or compassion. You are not obligated to sacrifice your mental or emotional health to accommodate others' insecurities and manipulations. Before we finish, write in the comments, "I am at peace, I am in the light, I am protected." Let this affirmation echo in your soul because it will energetically seal everything revealed and activated through this message. In the coming months, you will discover aspects of your personality that were dormant because of this limiting influence. Talents you had forgotten you possessed will begin to emerge again. Dreams you had abandoned will seem possible and achievable once again. Your creativity, spontaneity, and ability to trust life will gradually return. You will also notice significant changes in the quality of relationships you attract. Genuine, honest people who genuinely want your well-being will appear naturally. You won't need to work so hard to maintain connections because healthy relationships flow easily when there's no toxic interference sabotaging your energy. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the exposed person will not immediately disappear from your life without attempting one last round of manipulations. They will realize they're losing control and try to intensify their manipulative tactics. They may play the victim, make you feel guilty, or create dramatic situations to get your attention. Stand firm in your decision to walk away. Don't allow these final attempts at manipulation to make you question the revealed truth. Remember, genuinely remorseful people demonstrate change through consistent actions, not dramatic words or empty promises made in moments of desperation. Your life is about to blossom in ways you can't imagine. Professional opportunities that seemed impossible will naturally present themselves. Healthy, nurturing, romantic relationships will enter your life when you least expect it. Your financial situation will improve through channels you didn't know existed. More important than any external changes, however, is the internal transformation that has already begun. You will become stronger and wiser and more confident in your intuition. You will develop an impressive ability to find joy in life's simple pleasures because you will finally be free to be yourself. Write in the comments, "My heart is light, and no evil can resist this vibration." Doing so will reinforce your inner strength and dissolve any residual energy from the situation that is coming to a close. Now, I would like to extend a special invitation to you. If this message has touched your heart, if you recognize your own story in these words, or if you feel that this is exactly what you needed to hear at this moment in your life, I invite you to join this community of light that we are building together. Subscribe to the channel to support this work and to be part of a spiritual family where people like you find acceptance, understanding, and guidance to navigate the complexities of modern life. Here, you will never again have to face spiritual or emotional challenges alone. I also want to hear your story. In the comments, tell me how this message impacted you. Let me know if you could relate to the person we were talking about. Share with us the lessons you learned from this revelation. Your experience may inspire someone else to find the courage to free themselves from toxic relationships. Describe how you feel now that you have received this clarity. Describe the first signs of transformation you have noticed in your life. Share your hopes and expectations for this new phase. Remember, you deserve relationships that lift you up, inspire you, and genuinely support you. You deserve to be loved exactly as you are, without having to change to be accepted. You deserve a life full of peace, joy, and authentic fulfillment. Archangel Michael will always be by your side, protecting you on this new journey beginning today.